until we get it. Come on down if you wet it. Wake up, let's go, we're on a mission. Recognize we've got that power, and we make sure that you know it. Got that pride, go ahead and show it. Stand up, fight back, no time for hoping. Recognize we got that power. Don't stop until we get it. Come on down if you wet it. Wake up, let's go, we're on a mission. Recognize we got that power, and we make sure that you know it. Got that pride, go ahead and show it. Stand up, fight back, no time for
Good morning, good morning. You're now tuned in to the Elife Power Lunch with Dr. Baruch and Chris Murray. I am Chris Murray, and I'm here with the one and only Dr. Baruch. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great now.
Much better than before, but that's okay. Not everybody knows what's going on, so we're just going to let it be. Good morning.
Know.
Thank you for
what you
joining
don't
us
know won't hurt you.
for the very first time. We're glad that you've taken time out of your morning and your lunch to be with us, and we have a great show for you today. We have a very special guest all the way from California, Oakland, California.
Oakland, California, baby. I am the Bay Area's forever joy girl, Elise Hollywood Evans, and I'm so blessed and happy to be here.
That's right.
Hey, Oakland, what's up, y'all?
Shout out, shout
out.
Well, guys, we're going to get started now. We have a wonderful hot topic that we'll just breeze right through. We know that the inauguration is this Friday, and that means a lot for a lot of people, especially us as the Black community. And we just wanted to figure out what your thoughts are. So if you are watching, if you're on our Facebook feed, if you're on our Ustream feed, if you're watching us on YouTube later, wherever you are, we want to know what you think, because that's what it's about, us coming together as a community and making a difference. So we have two sides here. We have one group that's saying, go forward, you know, we got to support them. There's nothing we can do about it right now. And then we have the other half that says, look, we need to take care of ourselves. We're not worried about that. You know, our vote didn't matter, yada, yada, yada. So what do you guys think?
I'm going to let the Oakland, California rep start first.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, in Oakland, California, we came out en masse and we voted. And we in California just feel like that our vote didn't matter because, you know, the popular vote didn't count. It didn't feel like, because they went by the electoral college vote. So, you know, a lot of people are not happy, and you know, and we're scared. Some people are scared because, you know, we have an overwhelmingly large population of African American men that are locked up in the jail. You know, the job situation, the healthcare situation, and it just seems like we are always on the bottom of this list here.
Right.
And you know, so there's a lot of uncertainty, and the sad part is that the president-elect got in with fear. Putting fear in everyone. And then the one thing that got me about him, when he was talking in one of his speeches, he was like, and you people, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose if you vote for me. Heck, you have nothing. Like, who speaks to people like that?
Right.
That's just that's insane.
Right.
All of it is, and it's scary.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that conversation is one that we need to look at very carefully and recognize that we've been having that conversation for a while.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean that it's something wrong with having it. I think it's something wrong with having it and expecting something different to happen as a result of it. And I think we need to look at the Electoral College and the popular vote and realize that, okay, the popular vote doesn't matter a lot. And that's why you find a lot of people saying, I'm not voting. Because my vote, like you said, my vote doesn't even count. So why should I spend time standing online, getting all excited, wearing a button, you know, wearing a T-shirt, going to rallies, doing everything, when I know that the guy that, you know, is controlling this situation is the person who's, I guess, your rep, the Electoral College rep. So it would be then in our best interest to find out how do those people get put into position, and what can we do to then influence those positions to make sure that they represent and influence those people to make sure that they represent our thought, make sure they represent the position that we want. So they become this other level of political something that we need to now start courting. At some level we court them, but another level we need to start figuring out how do we decide who it is that's going to be that person.
Right.
And I think then we make a more significant impact on who gets into that position. However, I do reflect back on the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, I had a business through not Carter. I haven't been alive that long, but I've been alive that long. But
Right.
Okay. what was that? Clinton, and Bush and
Bush.
Bush. Well, no, it's the second
Double
Bush.
Yeah.
The first Bush, I think.
Daddy and son.
Yeah, but only had a business during the
Okay,
son's reign.
got you.
And Obama, and you look up, and I've recognized that who's in that house and what they do and what decisions they make, sure, they trickle down. They have an impact on me. But the most significant impact that I find on what it is that I'm doing and what affects my world is what I do and what those people that are closest to me do. So if we can build that coalition of supporting communities and families and people and leaders, community leaders, if we can begin to build that, then one, we demonstrate to the world that one, our life matters, and two, that if you want our support for you, you're going to have to get our collective support. You're going to have to come to us. You're not going to pick us, off one at a time.
Right.
It's going to be, you're going to have to come to us as a community and say, you know what, we want to please you because you represent a large block and you're about to control who's going to be the electoral college rep in your area. So for that reason, we're going to do what we can to make you happy.
Right.
Okay, now we're playing smart politics. Otherwise, we're just going to do, in 4 years, we're going to go down the same road and complain about the same thing.
Exactly.
And they're going to be people who don't vote for the reasons that they didn't feel like they were represented in this last election. And yeah, it's like a circus.
That's right.
Yeah, it is like a circus, and the circus of fear.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, it all comes down to economics. It's all about money. All of it is about money. And it's just so sad because I always feel that they said if there were a devil, the money is the biggest trick that the devil has ever played on us. Because think about it, money comes from a tree. We didn't even create the trees. The trees were already here.
Right.
And then we create this illusion of separatism.
Right.
The illusion that someone is greater than another population. Wow, we are all the same. We all have the right for health care. We all have the right to live in freedom and not feel that when we're driving down the street that if we get stopped, we might get shot because of the color of our skin. We all have a right to shop. In December, I went shopping for Adopt a Family for Christmas, and I was, long story short, I was in the store. There was about 5 white people in the store. I got stopped. The girl accused me of stealing. She said, I need to see what's in your bag. I said, excuse me? I'm here to shop. And so with all this fear, and then I dumped out what's in my bag, and I called her some choice names, and I wrote a really nasty letter to the company. I went out on social media blasting them. She had white women in this store. She didn't stop them, but she stopped me, and I was there to purchase gifts for a family, for Adopt a Family for Christmas. But with all this hate that's going around that I think the Trump administration preached, we can't shop, we can't drive down the street, we're locked in jails. It's insane, and it seems like it's getting even more insane. That's why I just feel like collectively we just need to shut it down and save our money and stop spending, and when we stop spending, we'll have a real voice.
Right.
Elise Hollywood Evans.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. What a way to let us know who you are and what you think.
Yes, I love it.
Tell us who you are, because a lot of us don't know. We don't know when we've seen you on the screen or when we've heard you singing, and you've been there and we've heard you, we've danced to your music. Tell us who you are so we'd have a better idea.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you. I am honored to be here. It's such a blessing to be here, Dr. Baruch. And it's funny how I got here. I'm here taking care of my dad, 91 years old. Praise God, he's still here. He has cancer, unfortunately. But I was here and I was laid up on his couch and I was sick, and his neighbor said, really dear friend, I got to get you to everlasting life, because if I get you there, they have these healing juices. This is how I found my way here, right? They have these healing juices and healing foods, and I swear if you come, you will feel a lot better. So I got off that couch and I got here and I drank that ginger juice, and it was like I was revived. I ate the delicious vegan food. I was revived. Oh my God, the dessert, the platform, the people. You had vendors here. I purchased some conscious videos from this brother, the Irritated Genie, about shopping black and keeping our money black and economic empowerment. And I bought a video, the feminization of black men. So right away, and I saw the restaurant, the stage. My God, like this was like a blessing for me, and I got healed coming here. So I had to say that. So I have a testimony before I say who I am. I'm just grateful to be here and to see African Americans, Black folks, our people living well, eating well, getting our mind right, our bodies right, educating, all of it.
Right.
It's a blessing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You didn't tell us who you are, though.
Okay, I was trying to skip over that. Okay, so originally I'm from San Francisco, California. I reside in Oakland. I went to UC Berkeley, and that's how I got to Oakland, majored in communications. I still work in communications. However, right now I have a group that I work with my children. Right?
Nice.
And we are called Fam at Work, a family that plays together and prays together, grows stronger together. So we all dance, act, and sing. We're like the modern day Partridge Family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's such a blessing to come home, like say on a Friday night or even a Monday night, and my son and his band is downstairs playing. And I've always believed that if I provided a space for young people to express themselves and play music, they wouldn't be out there on the street, and that's what's happening. My children are in the house. They are rehearsing lines. For instance, we dance in a troupe called Samba Funk.
Okay.
And it's like church for your body, and we do samba dancing, and my son is a drummer there, and it's just such a blessing to dance with your children because we dance for life.
Right.
You know, we dance for health
That's right.
and wealth. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. So we provide wealth for each other too because we act in the same movies together. It's a trip. I love my family. I can't get enough. I have 4 of them, and they're amazing. 28, 24, 22, and 13. And my 13-year-old loves Shakespeare.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wow. So you mentioned movies. Tell us some of the work that you've done.
Okay, so we've done independent films. So, like my son, he's a camera person.
Nice.
So he works for a place called KDOL. It's through the Oakland Unified School District. It's a radio and television station, and so that's where he got his start from high school. So, and he's also my camera guy, but he's worked on some movies, and his latest movie is called Hunting Season, starring Clifton Powell. It's a independent film, but yet my son was the sound engineer for
That's
that movie.
huge.
Yeah, that's huge. And he's also won 2. It's like the 2 Emmys equivalent for children. 2 Emmys through the television and media something through Steven Spielberg's organization has something to do with this. So he's won the equivalent of 2 Emmys for his work. He's also an actor too. And my daughter and I, her name is Tamara Lawrence. She and I are in 2 movies together this year. One is called The Dollar Bill. The other one is called The Gumbo.
Right.
And then, but she's also an actor. I'm her momager.
Right,
And we just worked with Tay Diggs. She did an extra on Tay Diggs' show on TNT. 3 episodes of Wives with Knives. She's modeled for Benefit the Cosmetics, Wells Fargo, Bank. Yeah, and so anyway, so I'm her momager, and we act together.
Right.
And my first movie, my independent film, was 3 Men in a Laptop, Part 1 and Part 2, and that's what got me started.
Right.
And
So yeah, you have to tell us how you got started. And if you guys don't know, she's talking entertainment, which means it's now my interview.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want to chime in, Dr. Lee.
I am
Yes.
the engineer now.
yes, let me see you a little bit better, beautiful.
Yes.
She's so beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
So your holidays must be amazing. Like with this so much talent, like I always imagine that. Like I was just thinking about this yesterday when all the whole family gets together, it must just be amazing like all the time.
Oh yeah, it is amazing, and we film everything. And so I have a YouTube show called Elise Hollywood Evans. Okay, yeah, Elise Hollywood Evans, and on YouTube, and so I do a lot of interviews, and then my son is my camera guy.
Okay.
You know, for my interviews, and I interview a lot of celebrities. Like I've had R&B singer Christopher Williams on my show. I've had. I'm a stylist also, so I've styled Maxine Jones and interviewed her from In Vogue.
Right.
You know, I have a blog also, so I've interviewed the Daz Band, Lakeside, Confunction. It just goes.
Right.
on.
No, I can
jump
hear.
into this.
Yeah.
Because what I'm seeing is you got this East Coast correspondent over here in Chris Murray, and you all could begin to bring that content from the interviews to all those short pieces that you're doing, but also the independent, because we have this dining room where we show independent films here at the restaurant.
Wow.
And we would love to host some of those, performances. All of those, let's make it happen. Let's bring that West Coast over here to the East Coast.
Right.
Hey, yeah, the West Coast to the East Coast. That's what I'm talking about. And like I said before, I'm so impressed with your network, and it's such a positive feeling, the positive vibe of being here. And and I definitely want to share what you all are doing on the West Coast. So yeah, we need to partner up for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I do a lot. So not only do I have my YouTube show, the blog, I also and I dance with samba funk with my children. I also sing in a group called the B Girls, aka Bootsy's Girls. They perform with Bootsy Collins for 17 years.
Like Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy Collins. So we sing funk music. So when I leave here, the East Coast, I'm going straight to LA. We are performing at NAMM. NAMM is the biggest music conference of the world, in the world. And so we performed there last year with the John Lennon bus tour. We're back. They invited us back again. This is huge. It's humongous. When I was there, I met Stevie Wonder. I hung out with his musical director. I love her, Victoria Theodore. I met Jermaine Jackson, all of the Isleys.
So you're big time.
Oh no, I want to get there.
Classic big time.
I met Evelyn Champagne King, and then I just shared the stage with her not too long ago. God is good.
That is
the B
incredible.
Girls. We were in LA about 4 months ago. We performed at the Hollywood Weekly Magazine's 3rd annual film festival.
Right.
My God, yeah.
That is crazy. So how did you get into it? Like, did you just wake up one day and said you wanted to do that? You said your dad is in the industry, right?
Yeah, my dad, he's 91 years old. However, he's played, all my life. He used to play in all the jazz clubs in San Francisco. He's like an icon in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he plays the flute, the sax, the trumpet. He's a wind guy. But the other side of my dad, he speaks 5 languages.
Wow.
5 languages fluently.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I come from that background, and
Yeah.
my mother was a model. My grandmother was a concert pianist. And she and she played until she couldn't play anymore. So it's the whole life is in my bones. However, when I really got started is when I divorced. Seriously. I looked around and I said, I was married for 19 years and I had 4 children in this house note. And I said, and if I go to this job every day, and I'm blessed to have my job.
And you must have those 4 children.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said, if I keep doing this, I'm going to end up pushing a shopping cart when I retire. This doesn't make any sense. Economically, it didn't make any sense having one income, even though I've worked there for 20-something years and I graduated from the university. It didn't make sense. So I said, what are you going to do? And I said, God said, follow your dreams. Like, go back to your passion when you were a little girl.
Right.
Like, what did you want to do? And I was like, well, I dreamed of being an actor.
Right.
So... okay, well, after that thought came, a friend of mine called me within that week. After the thought, you hear me? My friend is working on an independent film. This person dropped out. I think you can do the role. And I was like, I've never acted in my life. Oh, I can't do it.
Right.
And she was like, girl, you are just naturally funny. You can do this.
Right.
And it went from that to me just talking about my dreams to my colleague, and he pulled me in his office one day and said, let's put all your dreams down on a piece of paper. So he made a spreadsheet for me, and then I said, okay, I want a TV show, I want to be in the movie, I want my own clothing line, and look at this, I got my own clothing line.
Wow.
Everything I wrote down on that sheet of paper, next thing you know, in that spreadsheet,
Right.
it's just, I started checking them off. God started sending the opportunities to me. And then I started praying about it more. And then I started going to more concerts and hanging out backstage and sneaking backstage.
Right.
And then, hey, and before you knew it, people were like, I belong backstage.
Right.
Right. And that's how I got started. It was a thought. It was a dream. And God said, do it, because I dreamt from my little childhood dreams. Because, being married with 4 kids, I forgot all about that. I was just a wife and a mother. Not just it was a fulfilling position. But when I divorced, I was like, I need more money. And I'm not going to work, somewhere else on the weekends that's only going to pay me minimum wage. That's not going to work. Because God said, if you want to become a millionaire, you have to go out and work for yourself.
That's right. You got to work.
Right.
It's not going to drop out of the sky.
Not going to drop out of the sky.
Right.
So like James Brown said, I don't want nobody to give me nothing. I'll open up the door. and I'll get it myself.
I love it. I love it. And it's just interesting that you brought that up because I was thinking about this too because my background is in film and, entertainment and stuff. And that's what I wanted to do. I started going to school for that and everything. And then I took a different route, but it's still here. Like, I don't know how I ended up here, but it's like when something is for you, it's for you.
It is.
So I just think that's amazing. And your story is a testimony that I can, use it as an example, as proof that that's really the way it works. So
it is. And you know what, why be on this planet, why be on this earth just to work for someone else to help them get rich or whatever? Work for yourself, in a sense. Fulfill your dreams, and just believe that you can achieve it.
That's right.
No one can stop you but you. No negative talk. Don't have any shame, fear, guilt, hate, jealousy. Remove all of that. And focus on your dreams, and believe that every time you wake up that you're going to get there. So no matter how many times you got to take a step backwards, because I've taken 20 steps backwards at times in my life, 20 steps backwards. But you know what? I keep going because I believe, and no one can't tell me that I'm not going to win, because I am a winner, and that's what I preach. That's what I teach to my children. And this is what they hear all day long. They're like, oh, Mom, there she goes again.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love your energy.
We need to send Chris out there as a correspondent.
We do. Yes, we do.
For the NAM, right? What are the dates?
Yeah, well, NAM is this Friday. Friday through.
Take the husband, the kids, everybody. Take mom.
Take you and come on now. Pack your bags, East Coast. Come to NAM.
Let's go.
Because they have over 100,000 registrants at NAM, and what they do is people who make all the equipment, like your microphones and all that. So the representatives who make everything, music, the instruments to the software, they are there. It's a eye-opening place to be. Oh, and I met members of Journey last year. And I met Dr. John, and they honored him. I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time.
Right.
Just to be in that environment with the people that are doing the things that you want to do, the Grammy winners, that lets you know that you can get there.
Exactly, and that's what you have to do. You have to surround yourself with the people who can help elevate you.
Yes.
Because if not, then what are you doing? It's just like you're going to be a product of your environment. So if you're around negativity and, people who are saying, well, why you want to do this? That affects you. And I think it affects us a lot more than what we realize. So again, truth, you're speaking right now. She's preaching to me. I love it.
Yeah. So, I get up every day. I do have a 9 to 5. I am a professional graphic designer. Been designed for over 20 years, but I don't look like it, So I'm an award-winning graphic designer, yes. But so I do that. So I design for myself too. So I design my own logos, my own step and repeat. I'm a writer, so I write my, through my job that I do, every day. But I also took the skills that I learned on my job and I applied it to myself. And I work for myself every day too. When I come home from work, I sit down at my computer and I work for hours for myself, because if I could donate my time to someone else to help them get rich and successful or whatever, I can donate time to myself. And that's what I do. Every single day of my life, I work for me.
That's right.
Yes, I'm an artist. I paint, graphic design, sing, dance, act, anything that you want to do, and it doesn't matter what age you are, just get up and just do it. Just say, I am that.
You are Chris Murray in the future.
Yes, I'm sitting here like, wow.
It's like I'm that, and no one can tell you that you're not that. And then with your beautiful children too, start them now. Like I have my children in acting classes at 3 years old or whatever, right? Yeah, and so and then even when my son was working on those drums, I was like, oh my God. But I made it through any of it, because you have to let your children explore, and you have to explore yourself. And no matter how you sound when you sing, just do it. That's the thing. Just getting started and just do it and believe it, and you can achieve it. And don't take no for an answer. And if this door doesn't open up for you, believe me, like God opened up this door for me. There are doors where people, for whatever reason, you're not on their vibe, or they're not in your vibe, whatever, and they know they can help you in their position to do that, and they don't do that, but that's okay, Because look what happens. God brought me out here to the East Coast to help my dad, but then here I was feeling sick on the couch, and I was brought here to get life.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm at Life Media,
Right.
and I'm getting life from you two
That's
here.
right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Life.
You giving out life. Look, not just to me. The Facebook is popping right now.
I'm
Look
up here
at
looking
this.
over here. Facebook
Look
is
at this. You see
popping.
this?
My
Angela.
Facebook is popping. My Facebook likes and clicks. We're a hit. Our Facebook is popping.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. So what projects are you working on right now? I know you said you do a lot. You mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
What's your main focus right now?
Okay, my main focus is my my interviews, right? And that's what I love to do. So back again to YouTube, Elise Hollywood Evans, and I'm hoping that a network would pick me up, so that's what I'm working. That's my love.
Right.
And so with all of that said, I want eventually not just the interviews, but a variety show.
Right.
Take it back to, I know you're so young, but like Flip Wilson,
I
the
know
Carol
that.
Burnett show.
Yes.
Because I dance, act, and sing, and I want to put all of those talents in that one show.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I do different characters. Like one of my characters is like animated.
Sweet mama, chocolate chicken sugar. I step in the room, they watch me. I'm the diva in the room, can't stop me. Sweet mama, chocolate chicken in the urban coops.
So that's because, in Oakland, we have a lot of urban gardens, and
Okay.
people have chickens in their gardens. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a story about Sweet Mama Chocolate Chicken and Papa Cock-a-Doodle-Doo.
Right.
He's her nemesis. He's in East by the lake area, what we call. And so she runs that area. Then there's Papa Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, but he says, call me Pop Cock. So anyway, I got that, and I got MC Pepper Rock, and she's like, excuse in, people.
Right.
It's time to learn about your funk music. And she comes to class dressed like James Brown, or comes to class, dressed like
Right. Oh
Morris
my
Day and the
gosh.
Time,
Right.
Yeah, so I want to take. So it's not just the interviews; it's the whole gamut of the show.
Right.
So everybody, I'm looking for writers, dancers, everything, actors to make it happen. I
Right.
believe we can do this.
Yeah.
On the Forever Joy Life Network, because I'm the
Right.
Forever Joy Life. That's what I want. Forever Joy Life Network. I'm Forever Joy Girl.
Right.
Yeah, and just to be an inspiration to young people out there, especially like working with my kids. So my thing is television,
Right.
and taking all of the talents that I have and putting it in that media.
Right,
Yeah,
right. And that's
media.
exactly what we need. That's what we've been talking about, a way to take this entertainment, and because that's one of the things that people invest most of their time in.
Mm-hmm.
So why not take that and use it as a tool to get to the next step?
Yeah.
Because right now we're using it just however we're using it, degrading women and, making us look bad.
Yeah,
We're fighting
right,
on reality
right.
shows.
Yeah.
All the black guys are robbing people,
Yeah.
cheating on someone.
Yeah,
That's not
right.
what we need to see, because that's what we're implanting in our minds and our children's minds and other people's minds, which is even worse. That's why we're getting pulled over and stuff, among other things.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons, because that's how they see us being portrayed, and that's how they see us responding to that.
Right.
We're writing about this stuff in our songs, and we're watching this on our station, on our BET, and then they, think that it must be true because they're doing it too. So I love it.
Yeah, I just want to bring that positive aspect. And like I said, God gives you gifts. You have to
That's
use
right.
those gifts. And when you have a dream, fulfill your dreams, because one day we will disappear from that photograph. One by one, we are leaving that photograph, right?
Right.
I remember one day, seriously, like I had a photograph of my family members. It was 5 family members. And one by one, everyone until my mother, disappeared from the photograph that I took, as I will disappear from the person taking that photograph. So therefore, we have to leave our mark in this leave something for our ancestors. Well, we'll be the ancestors, but for our next generations to look back and say, wow, that was my great-great-grandmother.
Right.
She started this network
Right.
for us, and
Yes.
it's continuing so we can eat for generations. That's my main
Exactly.
thing, starting a network so my family can eat for generations, help feed your family,
That's right.
and all the beautiful families out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my thing. And so I look forward to waking up every single day, and I say, God, you've given me another day to be a greater person, to fulfill my dreams, so I can help leave a legacy to someone else. Oh my God, I got another day.
Right.
No matter what happens. It was raining hard coming here. I'm in an unfamiliar territory, and the navigator took me somewhere else. I had to call you. You walked me through the steps. But see, some things life tries to trip you up, but I don't care. I'm like, life, you're not going to trip me up no matter what happens.
Right.
Even if you want me to take 20 steps backwards, life, I'm going to take that giant leap forward so I can leave something for the next generation, honey. And that's what I'm doing. And that's
right.
what I appreciate you here at Elife Media, Chris and Dr. Baruch. I mean, I'm so blessed to be here.
Great.
Yeah.
It has indeed been an honor
Yes.
to learn about what you're doing and who you are, and to have made your acquaintance that day. We're gonna get some updated pictures. I know. That's between you and I.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure to have you on board with us today, and we're very thankful for the work that you have done, the work
Yes.
that you're doing now, and the work that you plan on doing.
Thank you.
And that legacy that you're going to leave for your children and your children's children's children, right?
Yes.
So it's exciting what our children's children are going to do, and when they talk about, hey,
Right.
my grandmother was in the studio with your great grandmother.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm looking forward to, because there are families out there. I'm just like using like Walmart, the Waltons. They have been. We were shopping during Christmas time, and I was in that store, and I asked my daughter. I was like, "Do we have any products on this show?" My 13-year-old, and she was like, "No." I was like, "Well, how many people do you think that look like us that have products on this show?" I said, "The one thing about them, they eat forever. They eat for generations,
That's right.
and we don't have that." I said, "So I want you to, every time you go out there shopping and spending your money elsewhere, think about the products that people aren't buying from on your shelf."
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I have my Forever Joy Girl brand, and I use me. I work
That's
with
right.
an artist who paints me, so I have the dresses, the skirts, and everything. And so I'm, promoting that. And then my daughter's starting her own T-shirt line. And I'm so proud of my daughters. We just finished the book. They finished the book. My oldest daughter is 24, and my other daughter's 13. That's Tamara and Amara. They wrote a book about doing hospice care for my mother. She passed away at my house in 2015. All five of us took care of my mother. Like, literally.
Wow.
And it was difficult because we were talking about a mother who had 3 AAs, 3 BAs, and 3 master's degrees, and graduated summa cum laude with a 3rd master's degree at 65.
Wow.
Okay? And
That's
so to see
amazing.
her deteriorate, to have to feed her, change her diapers and all that, and it took a family effort, but there were no resources out there for girls who were 13 years old doing
Right.
that. So I told my daughter, it's an opportunity to share your experience and to help other children go through the bereavement of dealing with a person who started suffering dementia, just
Right.
the challenges of taking care of an elder adult and still maintaining the love and the respect and compassion for them, and to teach other children how to do that, because I didn't find anything out there for her.
Right.
So I said, let's write it. And I said, and this could build you, help you with your own economic development. Because now if we get a book published, now you're starting to learn what it takes to make
That's
money,
right. Teach,
make
teach,
money,
teach.
save
Yes.
money, and save money.
Right.
Yeah. So when I get back, we're going to work on finishing the book. We went through our 5th draft. I'm in love with the book already,
Right.
and I'm just so proud of them. I'm proud of
Right.
all 4 of them. So she's now also writing about my 13-year-old, her experiences in school in junior high. I said, because if you read and write,
Right.
and then you be able to communicate around with the world, and then you can be able to share your story, and you can make money with your story.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So
That's
start
right.
them young, because no one
Yeah.
taught me about money, so I'm trying to teach them about money now.
Right, that's
So,
what we have to do.
Yeah, so we have their T-shirt line, my daughter's T-shirt line, and the book. And then my oldest son, he raps on my music.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I have my own genre. It is called RST, Rap, Sing, Talk. That's right. You heard it here at Elife Media with Chris and Dr. Baruch. Yes, RST, Rap, Sing, Talk, baby.
I love
Right.
it.
Okay. So
I
I
love
coined that one, world. You see that? Okay.
Play this back, y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
Grammys.
Yeah, that's right.
Play this back. Play this back.
Yeah, right,
Elife
yeah.
Media. Well, thank you so much for coming out. Congratulations on everything, first of all.
Thank you.
You're doing so much, and you're replicating that with your children, which is
Yeah.
just amazing, because you've already started that ball rolling. Thank you for coming out and joining us. You've been a true inspiration for me. And like I said, on Facebook, Facebook's still popping. I see a lot of emojis and comments there.
Yeah, hey, y'all.
Yes. Where can we contact you if we want to reach out and just be be a part of what you're doing.
Okay, so well, my email is elisehollywoodevans@gmail.com. My website is foreverjoygirl.com. And then my, what do you call it? My blog is the Forever Joy Life. On Instagram, Forever Joy Girl. On Facebook, you can find me, Elise Hollywood Evans or Forever Joy Girl. And, Forever Joy Girl, meaning that you can have forever joy in your life, So, and I want to start like the Forever Joy Girl networks to teach young girls. That's why I use Forever Joy Girl. And I gave myself that name over 20-something years ago. And I never knew that I would brand it, brand the Forever Joy Girl now.
It's amazing how things come back full circle.
Full circle, yeah. So that's foreverjoygirl.com. And I have to give one more shout out to Oakland, California. What's up, y'all? Yay area. Yes, and I got to say this, because I'm the baddest mother's finest out of Oakland. Starring at the Paramount, keeping the party going. Cruising down Broadway, I'm a sensation. I'm a golden champion like Dub Nation. On I-80, touchdown Raiders, making hits with my East Stowe players. Singing and rhyming ain't all I do. My movie premiered at the Grand Lake, too. I'm the baddest mother's finest out of Oakland. Batter up athletics, let's slam the competition. Chilling with my children at Mosswood Park. It's family day. We perform with Samba Funk.
Nice. All right.
The baddest mother's finest out of Oakland.
I love it. She is doing it. Well, thank you again, Miss Elise Hollywood Evans. Guys, make sure you go and check her out. We'll make sure that we post all of those links so that it's easy and convenient for you to check her out. Angela, thank you so much. She says, good stuff. Can't wait to get a copy. And we have some more comments there, so thank you guys for tuning in. We have a lot going on this week at the Elife restaurant.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got, what is it, Wednesday night?
Yes, Wednesday night, tomorrow night.
It's going to gain traction. At some point, we're gonna see this thing really pick up. But for now, it's, community kind of thing where people are coming out, they're getting answers to questions, be they economic questions or political questions or social dynamic questions, and of course, health questions with me being there. And that's the Wednesday evening Health, Wealth, and Knowledge of Self workshop at Everlasting Life. That starts at 7 o'clock, but we suggest that you come early. You come early and you'll get a chance to grab something to eat, maybe hook up with some folk, meet some new people, and get a chance to feel the vibe of the room.
That's right. And we are opening the eLife Community Concierge, which is going to be really cool because what we're doing is putting our words into action. We want to invite people in the community, whether it's family related, community related, or business related. We'll have someone here who's available to make the connections you need, whether it's, for abuse. We'll have hotlines if you need help with your business, if you need designs, if you need your business plan, anything like that. We're going to have all of those things available. So that's going to be kicking off on February 1st, that Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So we hope you guys can join us for that. But until then, this has been the Elife Power Lunch Show with Dr. Baruch and Chris Murray. We hope to see you soon. We have another guest coming up shortly, so stay tuned. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.